Well, hello there, everyone. It is so great to be with you on the Inspirations for Your Life show tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Really, really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. If this is the very first time you're joining me, I want to take the opportunity to say welcome and thank you. If you've been here one time, 5 times, 10 times, 100, or even more, I'd like to say thank you and welcome, but I'd also like to say the words welcome back. Since today is a Sunday, I want to give a shout out to a local business. I was actually in Boonton, New Jersey, and I discovered a coffee shop that I thought would be pretty good. So we're doing something new now. Not only are we just picking out businesses, we're actually visiting them first. So I think that's an important thing now that we're that we're actually visiting the businesses first. So that's really important. So I visited Boot Coffee to say hello to the people over there, introduce myself, and let them know we would love to do a live show there and a recording. I dropped there. I got a card from a lady named Nina. I spoke to somebody at the desk and gave them my information and told them to go to jcmacademy.com where they can click on contact us and request us to come out so they can host us. We'd be happy to tell their story. After the show, we will do a author talk, then we'll do a Q&A, and then we'll do an author signing. So it's a nice little coffee shop. They have lots of different things. It looks like they have other types of events there, things like clay workshops and stuff. So ours would definitely be a little bit different. They do some ticketed events, it looks like. That's kind of how it is. Ours will be a free event. And they have lots of different things. So I think they would definitely really enjoy us. It looks like they have lots of different people there. So I hope they will definitely reach out to us. So the shop is pretty interesting. They have lots of different things there. They make their own coffees. They're in small batches. So again, Boot Coffee, this is a shout out to you guys. In case you're wondering where they're located, sure, they're located at 602 Main Street in Boonton, New Jersey, 07005, Monday to Wednesday, 6:30 a.m. in the morning to 7 p.m., Thursday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it looks like they've closed already this evening, but hopefully they will reach out to us at jcmacademy.com. All right, guys, if you're thirsty, if you're hungry, feel free to go grab that comeback. I've got some RO water here. Delicious. This is Inspirations for Your Life. Don't forget to check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, of course, inspiring creations. All right, guys, the Master Weekly topic, Series 5, Show 31, is Master Your Choices Before They Master You. And today's granular topic is How to Think Clearly Under Pressure. Series 5, Show 31, Episode number 2. And welcome, everyone, to the ever-popular Inspirations for Your Life show. It's great to have you here. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student at Montclair State University, passionate lifelong learner, and so grateful now to be a published author. Yes, pressure is part of life, guys, whether it's difficult conversation, an unexpected challenge, or an important decision. Pressure has a way of testing how we think in our lives. The good news is that clear thinking isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you develop every day. Today, let's explore 30 practical ways, okay, to stay calm, think clearly, and make better decisions when the pressure is on. And a lot of you are saying to me, John, I don't like pressure, but I can tell you something. If you didn't have pressure, you couldn't walk. Did you know that? Yes. So you need pressure to walk. That's right. The pressure, basically, we refer to as friction. That's kind of what we're talking about. If we have too much friction, we can't walk. If we don't have any, we can't walk at all as well. Okay. So, number one, stay calm before reacting. The first response isn't always the best response. A calm mind sees opportunities that panic often misses. Number two, emotions influence decisions. Feelings are important, but they shouldn't make every decision. Learn to separate emotion from judgment. Number three, pause before responding. A brief pause gives you and your mind time to process instead of simply reacting. Thoughtful responses usually create better outcomes. Number four, focus on the facts. Yep. Assumptions create confusion. Facts create clarity. Make decisions based on what you know, not what you fear. And we know what fear is, guys. Fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Number five, guys, eliminate unnecessary fear. We said it's false evidence appearing real. Fear often exaggerates problems. Focus on reality and avoid creating obstacles that don't actually exist. Number six, control what you can. Some things are outside your control. Invest your energy where it can actually make a difference. Number seven, stay solution focused. Don't spend all your time discussing the problem. Begin looking for the next positive step forward. Number eight, think objectively. Look at the situation from multiple perspectives. Objective thinking helps remove unnecessary bias. Number nine, preparation builds confidence. Preparation reduces uncertainty. The better prepared you are, the calmer you'll remain under pressure. Number 10, learn to adapt. Not everything will go according to plan. Just accept that right now. Flexibility allows you to keep moving, okay, without losing momentum. Number 11, ask better questions. Ask better questions, all right? Better questions lead to better answers. Stay curious instead of making quick, yes, those quick assumptions that can oftentimes burn us. An assumption is something we think is real, but a lot of times it isn't. And because of that assumption, we go down a rabbit hole that we really didn't want to go down. There was no need to even go down that hole. Number 12, guys, slow thinking. Slow it down. Just slow it down. Fast decisions aren't always smart decisions. Give yourself enough time to breathe, to think clearly, to become aware of life, yep, and what's around us, and ingratiate yourself and be grateful for things. Number 13, stay emotionally balanced. Balance allows you to respond with wisdom instead of reacting with frustration or fear. Number 14, build mental resilience. Every challenge strengthens your ability to handle the next one. Resilience grows through experience. Number 15, listen before speaking. Listening provides information that speaking alone never will. Understanding always comes before effective communication. Number 16, evaluate every option. Good decisions rarely come from looking at only one solution. Consider your options carefully before choosing a direction. A few extra minutes of evaluation can save weeks of correction. Number 17, don't panic. So many people I know, they panic like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Right? Panic just narrows your thinking and often leads to poor decisions. So slow your breathing down, stay composed, and remember that every challenge can be approached one step at a time. Just like you walk, right? You walk putting one foot in front of the other. That's how you walk. Number 18, stay patient. Not every problem requires an immediate solution. Sometimes we try to come up with a solution, but maybe we don't really need a solution. Maybe it's just a matter of just observing and just being, right? Patience gives you time to gather information, think clearly, and respond with confidence instead of urgency. Number 19, protect your mindset. Protect it. Your mindset influences every decision you make. Guard it against negativity, unnecessary worry, and constant distractions. A healthy mindset creates better outcomes. So, what do I mean by this? So, what we put in our body is very important. That also means to refer to things like, let's say, the words we take, the mental diet, not just the stuff that we're hearing. Okay, I think that's a very important thing. We have to understand that. If we don't understand that, then I feel that challenge can be upon us in a way that maybe we're not happy with. The challenge can become more stressful. I think that's a point that a lot of people, like, they don't realize what that is. But I want to tell you that it's something that a lot of people, they just don't understand, like, what that is, or why that is a certain way. And I can tell you that for whatever you're doing, you have to understand that what we do matters, okay? And how we approach life matters. I think that's an important piece of life, and hopefully that means something. Hopefully that means something to you, right? Hopefully that means something to you. And I'll tell you that sometimes we go off a path because we don't understand something and we think that's the right way to go, but really isn't the right way. It just confuses everybody. And I think that's a big problem that a lot of people, unfortunately, like, they don't understand. And they think that if they act one way, that they're going to just magically solve the problem. But really, what they do is they create more frustration, they create more worry. So, just like the food you put in your body, a mental diet for us is so very, very important. Um, the words we hear from others, um, the words that we tell ourselves. Maybe you say, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not that. All these I'm nots can be a problem. Um, and that's a problem for a lot of people. When I say, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not, your body's going to say, okay, I guess you're not. And then you become what you feed into your body, you become those thoughts. And I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand, that they have the power, they have the control of those thoughts. But for a reason, people get lost. They think that where they are right now is the whole concept, but really, it's just more confusion, guys. And when we have bad food, right, we're not well, right? We don't feel great. But when we put bad words, just like bad nutrition, right? If you don't eat enough, what happens? You get an energy crisis if you don't eat at all, right? If you put no motivation in your body, you get stuck. You put the wrong motivation in your body, well, you go backwards. So, this is why this is really important that you think about the content you want to put into your mind, because that makes a big difference. Okay. Um, it's important. I think if people knew how they affected themselves, uh, I think that's a big thing that many people, like, they just don't realize it. And I think if people would know that they could make this difference, they would absolutely make the difference, like night and day. But most people don't think that they have to make the difference. They figure that, well, there's lots of stuff in the universe. Yeah, but the stuff in the universe, guys, is actually running you to someone else's plan, not your own plan. I think those are really key things. So I've always said this before: you can have your plan and move toward it, or have no plan and be living someone else's. You can build your own dream, or again, you can work on someone else's. Not that that's bad, but we want to have our own dreams, guys. We want to have those. Number 20, think long term. Don't let today's pressure cause tomorrow's regret. Make decisions that support your long term goals instead of simply providing short term relief. And I think that's another big point, is that so many people, they look at short term relief like, oh my gosh, this is how we have to go. But then they don't realize that this is actually what they're doing themselves. They're causing this problem themselves. They're causing it. So your thoughts create your reality. You are where you are right now because of the thoughts you had yesterday and before. If we realize that, we can change it, we can stop it, and we can have those thoughts put us in a different pathway, a different course, get us to alter it. You might say, well, John, I've been following it my whole life. Okay. And are you happy with where it's putting you right now? No. So if you're not happy, then probably it's time for you to make a change. Time to make a change. Because Einstein said before, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting what, guys? different results. Different results. I think that's an important thing that many people don't understand. They don't understand like what this means or that they have this kind of power. Okay. But there is a lot of power out there. And the power to change your life is literally just one thought away, right? Thinking clearly and making sure that you are getting input that will make you productive, will make you happy, will make you proud, will make you move towards your goals. People will tell you all day, you're not this, I'm not this, you're not that. And you keep being around those people, that negative energy, guys, is going to fade from them onto you. Number 21, learn from pressure. Okay. Pressure is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. And I will tell you that something like this is something that you don't realize. Okay. It's something that you can make a huge, huge difference. And I can tell you that you can make this change in your life if you really want to. If you want to. It doesn't just happen on your own accord. You have to be intentional. You have to be consistent with structure. Okay. And I can tell you that you can find what you want if you truly go after it. So pressure is one of life's greatest teachers. Every difficult situation develops experience, confidence, and better judgment for the future. Number 22, stay flexible. Sometimes, guys, the goal remains the same while the path changes. Flexibility allows us to adjust without giving up on what matters most to us. Sometimes we need to tweak the path, right? Maybe we're going somewhere and there's traffic or there's an accident. We need to alter our course so we can still get to the restaurant or get to that place we want to get to, right? Number 23, trust preparation. This is one I think a lot of people, they hedge on because they don't think it's real, but it really is. Preparation gives you confidence whenever uncertainty appears. And uncertainty is going to appear. And I've learned that uncertainty appears when you're close to your goals. The work you do before pressure arrives often determines how well you perform during it. That's that whole concept I said before about being proactive, not reactive. Okay. I think that's an important piece for a lot of us to understand. And if we understand that, then maybe we can actually change our lives for the better, that is, for the better, right? Number 24, learn to build confidence through experience. Every challenge you overcome will remind you that you're more capable than you once believed. See, people say, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not tall enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough money, I'm not wealthy enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. I'm not a million things. And you condition your mind to saying, okay, I'm not that, so I guess I'm already done. See, you're more capable than you once believed. That's the key. Confidence grows one experience at a time. It does not happen overnight. I want to say that to you now. It is the constant flow of being constructive, okay? Of being consistent, okay? Consistency and structure is what leads us to success. You don't do it one day, guys. You have to keep doing it day in and day out. But I said, well, John, I did it 3 days. Well, that's fine. But you need to keep doing it, right? Over and over and over again. I think those are important things that many people they just don't realize that they have the power to change. So When you change I'm not to I am, you become it. You become those things that you didn't think you could do. I am, I am, I am. I am this. I am that. I am wealthy. I am smart. I am grateful. Okay? That's important, guys, to understand that whole concept, right? Understanding that whole concept matters so much. Number 25, please keep improving your life. There's always another lesson to learn around every corner and another skill to develop. Continuous improvement prepares you for tomorrow's opportunities and the journeys ahead. You see, the skills that you learn today will actually be the ones you need later. I like to think about this similar to sports. When you are learning sports, like for example, when I was learning many years ago, when I was younger to play soccer, there are some basics, right? So, what are the basics to being a good soccer player? Does anybody know? So, I was on soccer teams for a long time. So, the basics are first touch, learn to stop or redirect the ball cleanly when it comes to you, not your hands. Dribble, keeping the ball close to your feet so you can move past other players. Passing and shooting. Practice kicking accurate with both your left and your right feet. Stamina, agility, and balance. Field vision, teamwork, coachability. That's where it starts, but you have to keep working at it. Number 26, stay disciplined. Discipline keeps your emotions from making your decisions for you. Stay focused on your values, your goals, and the actions that move you forward. In other words, what moves the needle in a positive direction for you. Number 27, make thoughtful decisions. Think beyond the immediate moment. Consider how today's choice will affect your future, your relationships, and your personal growth. Number 28, strong thinking creates strong outcomes. Clear thinking leads to better actions, and better actions produce better results. Strengthen your thinking, and you'll strengthen every area of your life. Number 29, please note pressure reveals character. It should not stress you out, it should bring out who you really are. Anyone, ladies and gentlemen, can stay calm when life is easy. That's no secret. Your true character is revealed by how you respond when circumstances become difficult and challenging. That's why people always want to get to know you in different situations. When you've gone for job interviews, well, what was something you did that was challenging and how did you handle it? Number 30, guys, calm minds make better decisions. The ability to remain calm under pressure is one of the greatest advantages you can develop in your life. A peaceful mind sees possibilities that panic can never recognize. It doesn't even see them. I think that's a problem. When we can't see something, we don't know what's going to happen. And we're kind of like, all right, I don't know where I'm going. And then that doubt creeps in. That's important, guys. That's important. As I get ready to close today's show, I want to let you know that pressure isn't your enemy. It's an opportunity to demonstrate strength and discipline and wisdom you've been developing over time. If we didn't have pressure, guys, and friction, we wouldn't be able to walk. Every challenge invites you to slow down, to think clearly, and make choices that reflect your values instead of your emotions. As you move through this week, remember, ladies and gentlemen, that mastering your choices begins by mastering your thinking. You're not expected to do this in 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or even a month or a year. Stay patient with yourself. Continue learning and trust that every challenge is helping you become a wiser and smarter and more confident decision maker. I do want to, again, give that shout out to Boonton Coffee Company. They are located at the address I gave you, 602 Main Street in Boonton, New Jersey. And you could tell them you heard about them here on the Inspirations of Your Life show. We hope that they will ask us to do a show there. We would love to do that. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for choosing to join me for another amazing episode of Inspirations for Your Life. I am John, yes, C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student at Montclair State University, passionate lifelong learner, and grateful now to be a published author. Ladies and gentlemen, when people ask me, what got you started on your path? And I tell them my core values. If you asked me years ago, was I going to write a book? I probably would have told you no. If you were going to ask me that I was going to go back to school to get another master's and a PhD, I probably would have told you no, right? But our life evolves, it morphs. And we find that if we don't have a tool we need, we can go get it or we can go learn about it. Knowledge is something everyone has access to. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, there's something important I want to say to you. I want you to please stay calm. I know there's going to be those times when panic is going to rear its head and others are going to panic and they're going to be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's important that you take a breath. It's important that you think clearly when others rush or they try to put you on edge, right? That's a key, but it's not something you're going to develop overnight. So don't beat yourself up over it. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, that the quality of your decisions is often determined by what? The quality of your thinking. The quality of your thinking. I think that's an important piece that many people miss. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, master your thoughts. Master your choices. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to master your future, but I don't want you to think that you just press some button and this just pops out, right? It's not like that. Mastering your life is evolution. It's learning from what we didn't do well and how we can improve it. Don't beat yourself up by what went wrong. Learn the lesson, get rid of the emotion, and figure out how we can change it. Have yourself a great rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you on another show. Be well.